For number 12, we'll draw the diagram first. This is your circle whose center is given to you. So this is your center. Let us call the center C. The question center is C. Those coordinates are minus 2, 5. Okay. And so center is C and A is a point 3 minus 7. Let's say A is a point, this point say. Okay, so A is your point 3 minus 7. Okay, find. First question, length of the radius AC. Okay, so this is not a big deal. Length of the radius AC, what you do is you first join these two and then we'll see what we can do. Join these two. Okay. So now we shall find out the radius, length of the radius AC. Length of the radius AC is equal to distance formula x2 minus x1 minus 2 minus 3 whole square plus 5 minus of minus 7 whole square. Okay, so this is your radius. So let's calculate this. What comes to root over of minus 5 square plus 12 square, which is square root 25 plus 144, which is square root 169, which is 13 units. Okay, so the radius of the circle is 13 units. Next question is find the coordinates of B. So AB is the diameter. So which one should be your B? This should be your B. Okay, you need to find out the coordinates of B. Now B is a point such that C is the midpoint of AB, right? So we'll write the center center C minus 2, 5 is the midpoint of AB. Okay, so we say let the coordinates of B be say A comma B. Let the coordinates of B be A comma B. So therefore, in terms of AB, what should be the coordinates of the center C? And C is the midpoint, and A is minus 3, 7. Let us take A as x1, y1, and this one as your x1, y1. Okay, and let us take this as x2, y2. Okay, so therefore, what should be the coordinates of center C? Therefore, coordinates of center C, x1 plus x2, 3 plus A divided by 2, and minus 7 plus B divided by 2. This should be the coordinates of the center, but the coordinates of the center C is given to be minus 2, 5. So this must be equal to minus 2 comma 5. So therefore 3 plus A by 2 minus 7 plus B by 2 must be equal to minus 25. Okay. So now we shall find out the values of A and B from here. What is the coordinates of B? Or hence coordinates of B is minus 7, 17, because A is minus 7, B is 17. Any question with regard to this problem? No questions, then I can proceed to the next one, which is number 17. Oh, 17 I have done already. 17 I have done already in your note. Okay. Let's move on to 23. 23. Number 23. Three consecutive vertices of a parallelogram ABCD are, and three vertices are given. Okay, find the fourth vertex. Draw a parallelogram. This is our parallelogram, and three vertices are given. This is A, 1, 2, B, 1, 0, C, 4, 0, and D vertex. I have to find out the coordinates of D. Okay. So in such a case, as I told you, this question I gave you some hints also, and this type also I had solved um, in the last class. So in order to find out the coordinates of D, let us assume the coordinates of D to be AB. So let the coordinates of D be AB. Also, what you do is you join the diagonals of this parallelogram. You join the diagonals of this parallelogram. Okay. And let us call the point of intersection of the diagonals to be P. So we say let the coordinates of D be AB and P be the point of intersection of the diagonals AC and BD. Okay, so what you do is you put here AB. And now see that we shall use the property that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Now that means this length must be equal to this length. Also this length must be equal to this length. So consider the length AC. Consider the length AC. Now P is the midpoint of AC. Therefore, what should be the coordinates of P? Coordinates of P, x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So x1, let us consider A12 as x1 y1 and C40 as x2 y2. So x1 plus x2 divided by 2. y1, which is 2, plus y2 divided by 2. p 5 by 2, comma 1. I've got the point of intersection of the diagonals, the coordinates of this, coordinates of p. Now what you do, you also see that p is not only the midpoint of AC, but it is also the midpoint of BD. Okay, p is also the midpoint of BD, right? P is also the midpoint of BD. Therefore, what should be the coordinates of P? Therefore, what should be the coordinates of P? If P is the midpoint of BD also, then what should be the coordinates of P? Take B10 as x1, y1, DAB as x2, y2. So 1 plus A divided by 2, 0 plus B divided by 2. Okay, so which clearly gives you 1 plus A divided by 2, comma B divided by 2. You're getting two coordinates of P here. So they must be equal. Therefore, 1 plus A divided by 2, comma B by 2 must be equal to 5 by 2, comma 1. Okay, so we get the values of A and B. We get two equations equating the x coordinates. You get 1 plus A divided by 2 is equal to 5 by 2, and B by 2 is equal to 1. That means 2 will cancel from here. You'll get A is equal to 5 minus 1 equal to 4, and B is equal to 2. Therefore, what is the coordinates of D? Hence, coordinates of D 4, comma 2. Okay. Any question with regard to this problem?
No, sir. No, sir.
So these were the easy ones. So perhaps I can move on to the a little more uh, next level problems maybe. Say number 26. Prove that the points and the coordinates are given. 3 points, coordinates are given A, B, C, are the vertices of an isosceles right-angled triangle. So let us write the points first. The given points are, what is an isosceles right-angled triangle? A triangle in which two sides are equal. And what are those two sides? Those two sides cannot be the hypotenuse. Okay, those two sides can never be the hypotenuse. Okay, I have two other vertices of a isosceles right angle triangle. So these are the points that are given. Okay, now in order to establish whether it is an isosceles right angle triangle, you find out the distances. You find out the distance AB. Therefore, what is the? I'm not drawing the diagram here because I don't know which point will be your right angle triangle. Okay, at which point, at which vertex will your right angle be? I don't know that. Okay, so that is why I will not draw the diagram now. Otherwise, what you can do is, well, you can draw a rough diagram on the coordinate axis. This is what you can do. This you can draw a rough diagram in your coordinate axis to get an idea. But without the axis, you cannot draw the diagram in this case. Okay, so A here is minus 5, 4. So minus 5, 4 will lie say somewhere over here. A minus 5, 4. B here is minus 1, minus 2. -1, -2 means lie somewhere over here. Okay, and C is 5, 2. The 5, 2 say will lie somewhere over here. Okay, let us encircle these points. Okay, and we join the points so that a triangle is formed. Okay, so we join the points, and this rough triangle you are getting, but still you don't know which one is the right angle. So what you do is you find out the distances. First, find out the distance AB. What is the distance AB? Root over of x2 minus x1. This one is your x1, y1. This is your x2, y2. So x2 minus x1 minus 1. Let me put it in curly brackets. Minus 1 minus of minus 5. X2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1. Y2 minus y1 whole square. So this EB comes to minus 1 plus 5 whole square plus minus 6 square. So this comes to 4 square plus minus 6 square, which comes to root 16 plus 36, which is root 52. We leave it as it is, root 52. Okay, next is BC. Find out the distance BC. BC here is, again consider this time, in order to find BC, you consider this as your x1, y1 and this as your x2, y2. So you have x2 minus x1 square, 5 minus 1 square plus y2 minus y1, 2 minus of minus 2 square. Okay, so this comes to root over of 6 square, 5 plus 1, and this comes to 4, 2 plus 2, 4, so 4 square, which is root 36 plus 16, root 52. You can write units here because you're calculating distances. Root 52 units. This is also root 52 units. So what do you see? You see two sides to be equal, AB and BC. Let us find the third side. This side has to be the hypotenuse, which is your AC. Because in right angle triangle, only the perpendicular and base can be equal. Hypotenuse has to be the greatest side. It cannot be equal to any side. So in order to find AC, this time we'll consider this to be your x1, y1 and this to be your x2, y2. Okay. So what is the distance here? 5 minus, we'll put a curly bracket, minus 5 square plus 2 minus 4 square. Okay, so this comes to square root of 5 plus 5 is 10 square, and this is minus 2 square. This comes to square root of 100 plus 4. which is 104 units. So what do you see? Since you see that two sides are equal, AB and BC, both are 52 units. Also, what you see is that if you square, therefore what is AC square? If AC is root 104, therefore AC square must be 104. What is BC square? BC square is root 50. BC is root 52, so BC square must be 52. And what is AB? AB also have got as root 52. So AB square is 52. So what do you see? You see that 104 is equal to 52 plus 52. That means AC square is AB square plus BC square. Okay, that means triangle ABC is right angled. And where does the right angle lie? If you see in the figure, AC is the hypotenuse here. Okay, so an opposite to the hypotenuse must be your right angle. So angle B is your right angle. Right angled triangle, triangle ABC is right angled at B. Also, AB is equal to BC is equal to root 52 units. Hence, triangle ABC is an isosceles right angled triangle. Any question? This was in fact a class 9 standard problem for the first part of it, and the second part of it is actually your standard. The question here is find the coordinates of D so that ABCD is a square. Now somewhere over here in this plane you need to find a point D. Okay, so let's see what it means. Let me erase this part so that I can roughly give you a location of this point. Say on this plane itself, my coordinate axes are very small. Okay, somewhere on this, you have to find a point D here. Okay, say a point D. You have to find the coordinates of the point D such that if we join this, okay, it becomes a square. Okay, so what should be the coordinates of this point D? Okay, so what shall we use? Can you tell me can you give me an idea of how can we start this problem? Yes, can you tell me anyone? Are all sleeping today or what?
No, sir.
Can you give me an idea? Think of something by the time I raise this.
Sir,
Yes, go ahead. No idea. We start by saying let the coordinates of D be AB. Now, if it is a square, we shall use the property that all the sides of a square are equal. Okay. Also, we shall use the property that each interior angle of a square is a right angle. So, if this is a point D, then this must be your right angle. So that this triangle, this one, these two sides, and this side, this must be a right angle triangle. That is, I'm talking about triangle. Um, say point E. So I'm talking about the triangle ADC. I'm talking about this triangle. This triangle must be a right angle triangle. We are going to use these two. So what are the property that we are going to use? We are going to use that all the sides of a square are equal, and also we are going to use the property that each interior angle of a square is a right angle. Okay, so first we shall use the property that each side of a square are equal. So first let us find out, if I have called the D as AB, let us find out the distance AD. Therefore AD is the side of a square. What should be the distance AD? Root over A plus 1 whole square plus B plus 2 whole square. Okay, fine. Oh, in fact, what you can do here is, instead of using distance formula, you can use the midpoint formula. That is, what you can do here is, you can join these two, you can join B and D. You can join B and D here. Instead of using distance formula and using that it is a right angle triangle, we shall use midpoint formula. Okay. So what you do here is, you first say, let the coordinates of D be AB, and the point of intersection of the diagonals AC and BD be P. So let us call this point P. So just as we were doing in the case of a parallelogram, we are finding out the coordinates of P. You see that P is the midpoint of AC and P is also the midpoint of BD. So you say P is the midpoint of AC. So therefore, what should be the coordinates of P? Coordinates of P should be 5 plus 5 divided by 2, and this should be 2. A is minus 5. What are the coordinates of A? Minus 5, 4. Why have I written? The coordinates of A are given to be minus 5, 4, isn't it? This was the coordinate. Yes. So this is minus 5 plus 5 divided by 2, and 4 plus 2 divided by 2 equal to P 0, 3. So coordinates of P we have got 0, 3. Okay, we now proceed to find out the coordinates of P in terms of AB. So P is also the midpoint. P is also the midpoint of BD. Therefore, coordinates of P minus 1 plus A divided by 2, considering B as your x1, y1 and D as your x2, y2, you have minus 2 plus B divided by 2. So we've got two coordinates of P, so therefore they must be equal. Therefore, minus 1 plus A divided by 2 minus 2 plus B divided by 2 is equal to 0, 3. So therefore, minus 1 plus A divided by 2 is equal to 0, and minus 2 plus B divided by 2 is equal to 3. Now I solve these two equations. Hence, what are the coordinates of D? 1, 8. Okay. So here we have used, in fact, if you see, we have used the same technique that we have used for this problem, for this one. Okay. For problem number 23, because we have used the same technique here, because we know that a square is actually a special case of a parallelogram. Okay. That is why we could use this technique here. Any questions till this point?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So I'm left with 3 more problems. Okay. And